Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? Hope you're doing very well today. Thank you for being here. I know we haven't done a coffee with a tattooed historian in a while, so I figured we'd come on and do one today for St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone who celebrates, and that's probably most of you. But today is my sober St. Patrick's Day chat here on YouTube, and we're also doing an event later on my Twitch channel. I'm going to be live at 3 p.m. on Twitch. We're going to play some golf today because what better thing to do than to play golf on St. Patrick's Day? So I got my coffee ready. I have some cool things to talk about here that are happening in the realm of the things that I do and the things that we have done and things that are going to be happening in the future. So I hope all of you are having a great day. Uh, we're going to get some more people floating in here throughout the probably about an hour that we're going to be on here chatting. And I really hope that we have a lively chat starting up here in a few minutes. Usually it takes a little while, and that's fine with me. I don't mind at all. We have a lot of fun when we do these things, and I love to have this outreach with all of you. So, Barbara, good morning. Welcome in. Nice to see you here. Uh, this week, I dropped a new podcast. We've come back with the podcast on a weekly basis. And this week, I dropped the Tim Cook interview that we did a few months ago. And we discussed medical care in the First World War. So that was a very good chat and one that I really enjoyed. I love having Tim Cook on. He's a great person to speak with. He's very open and he's just a really great guy. And so we had a fantastic chat and I really enjoyed it. And it's now available on the podcast. If you're not already subscribed to the podcast, please consider doing so. It's on Spotify, iTunes, and it is the Tattooed Historian Show. So I would love to see you uh, over there and getting notified when the stuff starts to occur and it starts to drop. I'm going to try to drop one a week from now for the foreseeable future. And I have plenty of stuff to do just that. You know, we have a lot of different things coming up with interviews and also just banter back and forth about different things going on in the humanities world and the art world and the history world and that crossover, that interdisciplinary focus. So that's coming up here very, very soon. But I appreciate everyone being here. Robert, good morning. I am doing well. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. This week, I'm also going to be finishing up editing on another video for right here on YouTube. That will be me speaking with Jermaine Fowler from the Humanity Archive. And I think you're going to really like that discussion as well. We talk a lot about history and empathy and knowledge and local libraries, opening those doors to accessibility for the historical narrative. So I really think that's going to be a really good presentation for all of you to watch. He just released his book, The Humanity Archive: Recovering the Soul of Black History from a Whitewashed American Myth. This is a New York Times bestseller now. He's like number 15. And congratulations to Jermaine. He actually reached out to me about, I don't know, 3 months ago and asked if he could come on and plug his work. And I said, absolutely. I follow it. It's great stuff. Come on. And finally got around to doing that. So that was a good time. Like I said, I'm going to release at least one video, maybe two from that. I like to release those short videos so you get a little taste of the larger video to come. And then obviously I release it on a podcast because some people ingest their information through visual and some people do it through audio. And so I love to make it accessible to as many people as I can. So we'll be releasing that as a podcast. Also, I released a couple videos here on YouTube, and you may want to go check those out as well right here on the channel. We did a video about, with Caroline Grego. She wrote a fantastic book called Hurricane Jim Crow: How the Great Sea Island Storm of 1893 shaped the Low Country South. And it was a fantastic interview. She was a great guest. And a lot of people don't know that the Great Sea Island Storm of 1893 was one of the deadliest hurricanes to ever hit the United States. So she has her book out from UNC Press, and I brought her on. And if you go over to her interview, which I have posted, you will find a link to the book and a 40% off code from UNC Press. Thank you to UNC Press for consistently standing up for my followers here on YouTube and beyond. It really does mean a lot. And I realize that my camera is like cutting off the top of my head from time to time. I'm getting a little too close to this. The other major video series that I brought out, uh, it's about 2 videos, was Dr. Karen Carr's Shifting Currents, A World History of Swimming. So if you're into swimming, this is the book to get. This goes clear back, into prehistory, basically, and talking about stuff they've seen on caves and drawings and such. Fascinating history, something we take for granted. There's a history to everything, and this is one of them. This is brought out by Reaction Books, and I have a link to that as well in the description of the video. Robert, so when do you head north, or are you able to do your studies online? I am going to be moving north later in the late summer, really. We don't start my studies until after Labor Day. So I will be moving probably in the latter part of August. I have to see when I am needed to do some maybe TA training so that I can help out with teacher assistantships. So it looks like it's probably going to be the latter part of August. And I don't want anyone to think that this is going to go away when I do go, because this is what basically helped me get into this position as a doctoral student, and I'm not going to give it up for that. In fact, there are a lot of things there that I can utilize to make this come to life a little bit more than I can right here in my little apartment. There are digital humanities labs there, rooms. There's a podcast room. There's green screen rooms and all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to be actually accelerating a lot of projects that I have had to put on the back burner because I don't have the lack of space or I don't have the necessary equipment. They have the necessary equipment, and I'm really looking forward to utilizing that and working on an interdisciplinary approach to the past. I think that's a huge thing right now. I never really fit into the more traditional way of doing history. I was always trying to do something different. That's why I started this in 2015. That's why I started live streaming in like 2017. So I think that I'm just trying to find that next step and understand what is coming up in my field of study that will make me relevant for the next 20 years. For me, writing a book or doing something like that isn't the kind of relevancy I want for the next 20 years. I want to do something else. I want to create something digitally. And so that's the direction I'm heading, and they are going to allow me to embrace that. And I'm going to be able to keep on keeping on with what I do. So I'm really excited about that. I don't know if you all have had a chance to check out my Facebook this morning. I posted something in a similar vein to what we're talking about now. It's called the Vesuvius Challenge. And this just popped up in my email account this morning as well. So I just shared it out to everyone. And I think it really, really underscores the fact that we can have these interdisciplinary approaches to history and make it something creative and new. And I want to share with you the screen, if I can, of this particular challenge. And I think this is fantastic. This is an amazing thing that they're trying to do. So what they want to do is they want to, as they say, resurrect an ancient library from the ashes of a volcano. So this is interdisciplinary humanities, digital humanities. This is all kinds of stuff coming together, technology. And I love this kind of thing. This is what I'm into. And, it's a Vesuvius Challenge is a machine learning and computer vision competition to read the Herculaneum papyri. So when you go down and you have this nice timeline that they give you, you can see that a farmer discovers this stuff in 1750, and it's been kind of rolled up into scrolls, since before Vesuvius erupted, and now it's been found. And they're trying to unwrap this virtually so that you can see what this thing actually says on it. And this is, to me, an amazing thing and something that I'm really, really excited about for the future, because we can do this with so many other things if we can bring back these scripts from a volcano eruption and ash and all of the, detritus that was around it after the explosion. We can do so much with other things. So this stuff is the stuff like that's beyond me. I'm not a scientist, I'm a historian, but I also like technology. So I have a little bit of tech under my belt, but this is the scientific end, and this is the idea of creating the idea of STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, uh, bringing that humanities factor into the scientific world and having that embrace instead of just STEM, creating STEAM. And so they have a fantastic website here to outline this challenge that they want people to go through. So it's up to you to try to come up with the technology. Teams will be trying to come up with the technology to read the script that's on this series of documents, and then they will have a competition for that. You got an ink detection prize, you have a Graham prize, and this is created by a pretty interesting team of people. You have your sponsors, you have advisors, you have PhD candidates, you have investigators, you have professors of classics. Jacob, good morning. Welcome in. How are things in Indiana? And I really, really appreciate this. We can have this interdisciplinary approach to a massive project. And so if you ever, I put the link on my Facebook and on where did I put this? Did I put this on Twitter? I may have put this on Twitter this morning. If I didn't, I will. But it gives you an idea off to the side what all needs to be done, who the partners are. So this is a legit thing going on. This is huge, and I'm really, really excited to see where this goes. And you can click on it, you can see the challenge overview. You can also see they have a Discord server. So if anyone out there is on Discord, I hopped onto their Discord because I'm really interested in the direction this is going to go. I'm also interested in the technology that's going to be used. How are people utilizing this technology? What technology are they using to make the data sets to understand the historical narrative? So I'm all about that life. So I hopped onto their Discord. So the grand prize would go to the first team to read 4 passages of text from inside of 2 intact scrolls. So here's the scrolls, and it goes to the team who can do this. And it is just amazing. There's going to be the segmentation process. They're going to have to find out about the ink and what kind of ink and how does it attach itself to the papyri. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. I'm not good on my Italian classics. I'm German. I'm not good on that. But yeah, there's a ton of stuff here, and there's tons of data sets. So this is the kind of thing I'm really involved with, like trying to understand what technologies are being used with things like this, and how can we harness this for other things in the future. And I think that's what's really, really important, is trying to get that technology in. As you all know, if you've been following me for a while, I've always liked to try the newest tech to do live streaming. That's been my thing. I've enjoyed live streaming. I've had a great time doing it. I love doing this instead of doing video because I love living in the moment with you. And so I've tried multiple different softwares. I've tried different hardware. And this is kind of that next step. This is the more getting into VR, AR, getting into scanning, digital scanning of documents. So we're moving on with stuff like that. And I'm really, really excited to see what the future holds for it. Also, I want to let you know, while we're doing kind of the introductory phase of today, I have a bunch of interviews coming up with other historians. I'm interviewing Rick Herrera next week. We're going to be talking about his work that is based in the Revolutionary War. I have people coming on talking about busing and boycotts during the busing era. And we have so much more with civil rights and incarceration and the history of that stuff. So, Robert, Thank you for being here, my friend. Take care of yourself. Have a great day. So, all that stuff is going to be created for YouTube and those YouTube videos. Since I'm still shut out of doing live streaming on Facebook for some odd reason, I have no idea why that is. Um, I still lost all those videos from like August to April of last year on the platform. And when that happened, I just decided to go full on YouTube because I don't have those random strikes against me for something that I post, and I don't have stuff just randomly deleted from the system. So I'm pretty heavily invested in YouTube right now, and I see myself continuing that. We're getting close to some significant numbers of people watching this stuff. I believe that I'd have to take a look on my studio account, but I think we're getting pretty close to around 8,000 hours of watch time, which is just incredible. And I haven't been posting a lot of content here for a while, and it's only been within the last 6 months I've really been posting a lot of content. So if we can create a great community here, like we have on other platforms, we're gonna continue to do so. So yeah, it's really amazing to see the analytics of who we're reaching on different platforms and what we are creating together with the audience. That's been an amazing thing. But most of you on YouTube are around in the evening. I gotta say, like 6 p.m. and beyond, you're awake till midnight looking at stuff on YouTube. I'm in bed by like midnight, but some of you are up to like 2 in the morning watching things on YouTube. So I got to keep that in mind for scheduling. And if you run any kind of social media marketing venture or anything like that, that is something you have to keep in mind too. When is your audience online a lot? Um, so, so yeah. Barbara, I don't know what happened, but Breakfast Club has moved to YouTube also. Yes, I had a chat with them uh, maybe 2 months ago about coming over to YouTube because they were having some issues with Facebook, and they decided to make the leap over to YouTube. You're going to see a lot more creators probably make the leap as well. I've heard some rumblings in the background from other history creators that YouTube provides a better place for them. It also, you get a certain number of watch hours, then YouTube will pay creators to create and bring more people to this platform, and there's no money out of your pocket, which is great. So I think people are seeing that too, because Facebook/Meta didn't do that for others. And as we know, the history field, uh, at least in the United States, we don't have that much funding. And so we're going to see a lot of other history creators come over here and try to make a go of it. I have friends on here like Real History. Jared Frederick is doing some amazing things over there. So shout out to him. Uh, I've really admired his work, and he does some great videos on movies and how they connect with history. So when you look at his stuff, we'll take a look at it real quick. I'm gonna give him a little shout out here. So here's a guy I admire. Uh, Real History. Okay. 32,000 subscribers. Look at his numbers. He's getting 18,000 views, 42,000, 5,000. So there's this desire for this stuff. There's a lot of desire for this. And I think that we can have a good home here. And if you're not following Real History here, please do so. He's a great guy. Jared does a lot. We've been talking about working together for a while on a couple things. And I actually had him on for an interview of one of his latest books. So you're going to want to check that out as well. But there are quite a few historians on YouTube who are doing some great work, who aren't in it to pad their ego, who are actually in it to educate and in it to create. And I love seeing that. And we are seeing more and more of that here and now. So that's fantastic. Again, thank you all for being here. This is my sober St. Patrick's Day chat here on YouTube. I'm really, really excited for uh, what's going to be coming because I have a university who really believes in what I do and what we're trying to do here and what we're trying to create together. And I say we because you guys and gals are my sponsors basically by just simply sharing things out and helping this project get driven along. And I think that's so very important. The word of mouth is a very powerful thing, and we've seen that work here on the Tattooed Historian project and others. And when I first went to the university and started talking to them about what I've done, I realized that some of the professors had already followed me on many accounts, like Twitter, and some had subscribed to my YouTube channel, some had listened to my podcast. And so we already had that kind of connection. It was making that connection work for the next step in my professional life, and applying for that PhD for interdisciplinary humanities and letting them know that I'm not going to be your traditional kind of historian. I want to be a different kind of historian who embraces the new technology and the new ways that we communicate. And that's exactly what they wanted, thank God. And that's how I got in. So it's going to be a really fun, enjoyable ride. I'm going to be uh, working with digital humanities hardcore. We have a bunch of people who have spoken to me about things that I could do in that area of the world. So we're going to see how that goes. It should be a really fun time. But I hope you're having a great morning. I know that some people are already out celebrating St. Patrick's Day. I'm celebrating in the best way I know how, with a cup of coffee. And I'm not wearing green because uh, if you wear green on any kind of video production, someone's going to like green screen some weird stuff on your clothes. So I'm wearing red, which is my second favorite color. So that's what I'm going with today. If I was out and about, I'd probably be wearing black, but red's a good color for me today. So I hope everyone's doing well. I have probably about 6 more podcast episodes that I need to edit, which are already in my pocket. So that's 6 more weeks of content there on Spotify and iTunes. I'm also working on another top 3 event. I hope you all have enjoyed those top 3 events. It's been a while since we did one. The last one we did was with Steve Fan, and we did our top 3 forts in America. And we had a great showing with that. Thank you to everyone who really took the time out of their day to be there with us and to give us your ideas about forts you enjoyed seeing, studying, visiting. It's really, really impressive to see where everyone has been and to understand how that impacts us and how it impacts you seeing that history. So we're going to do another top 3. I'm working on the final idea. I've tossed some ideas around with some friends. We've tossed some ideas around on my Discord as well, on my Discord server. So if you're not on my Discord server, please consider going there. We have a lot of fun over there. We're trying to reboot it and trying to make sure that the conversations keep going. And there's a lot going on over there right now. We're going to have live chats like this, but you're going to be able to be on screen with me, and I'll be able to see you, and we can chat and we can hang out. I'm going to probably do some poker nights over there and some other things just so we can have that communication with each other and talk about the things that interest us. So would love to see you climb on over to my Discord channel and check that out. I'll put a invite in the chat so that you can go to it if you would like. No pressure. It doesn't cost anything. Obviously, I wouldn't be saying that, to plug for money. Hang out in my Discord. We have a great time over there. We have a good conversation going on. We have, different rooms for different types of people who are into history. Like if you're into art, I have an art history chat. We have networking. We have music history. We have sports history. We even have a room for helping with research. If you're stuck with something, what is the next step? Well, maybe someone in my Discord can help answer that question for you. So I'm really, really excited about that part, that component. You can see a subtle kind of change, drifting away from Facebook with me since we had that little flagging issue on my personal account that went over into my professional account. I still can't believe I got flagged for a promo from the Macho Man Randy Savage, but okay. Um, and it was then and seeing other people getting flagged for random things that were just odd that I said we need to start focusing on places where we're better appreciated. So you saw this little shift to YouTube and to Twitch, uh, even more than I already was doing. And now I'm hopping back onto my Discord server full time, and we're going to be doing more chats there and so on and so forth. So it is going to be an amazing experience that I'm really, really excited about, especially the history networking part of it. We really need to communicate more instead of just, uh, having going to some kind of speaking event, hearing someone talk about history and then just leaving. I always was of the opinion we need to have like an after party. We need to sit around and we need to talk and we need to discuss things. And there was often no time or place to do that. Well, places like this or Discord, especially, allows me to give you that opportunity and give us that opportunity to have the communication going. It's all about accessibility. And I'm really, really excited about creating new spaces for us to have that accessibility. And I have my Discord up over here on my second monitor, and I'm watching live. There's conversations going on in there. So I'm really, really excited about that. But we will see. We're getting grad students from different universities hanging out in here, so this is fantastic. So if you're on Discord, I would love for you to come on over and say hello. Also, a number of people have reached out about what I'm going to be doing this summer before I move on to the next phase of my life. And I do want to say that I'm going to be giving an online presentation for the Medal of Honor Heritage Center. The marketing for that is yet to come. I'm waiting for them to finalize everything, and then we can move forward with that. When that does come, I will be posting that on all of my socials, and that will be in April. I'm going to be giving that talk, and that will be an online talk, so you'll be able to watch. That will be on April 22nd, which is a Saturday. I'll be doing that, so would love to have you there. And then for right now, the last in-person event that I will be doing before I move will be on May the 12th. It has not been marketed yet. I'm waiting for that marketing as well. And that will be in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. So I'm looking forward to that. Have you gotten a preview of the new Adams County place yet? I have been watching other people do interviews and watching some of their the stuff that's going on there. But it looks fantastic. It looks amazing. Can't wait to see the final product and to physically be there before I leave. It's going to be a really amazing site. I'm looking forward to that. It looks really amazing. It really, really does. They did a fantastic job, and it was very needed for that organization, And when stuff is just, I shouldn't say just, when stuff is sitting in storage and it's not out there for the world to see, and then you're located in a house, to do research and stuff. Because I've done research in the old place. This is such a step up. It's 180-degree difference, and it's going to be fantastic. So kudos to them. They raised that money really quickly because a lot of people love that organization, and props to them for that. That was amazing, awesome stuff. And I've seen a couple people do some interviews about the site with others. So yeah, it looks really good. But I have been thinking about a major project, a video project in Gettysburg before I leave. And I think that's going to happen. I'm waiting for the weather to break a little bit more, but this will be a solo project for me to kind of tip my hat and say see you later to Gettysburg. And so I'm thinking about that and writing some stuff up, an outline basically of what I want to do with that. So more on that to come later. But again, I hope everyone has had a fantastic morning. Don't forget later today, 3 p.m. Eastern time, I'm going to be live on my Twitch channel, drinking more coffee, and I'm going to be golfing for something different, just a laid back kind of chill stream, so I can hang out with all of you and chat some more. I think you know, that's why I'm here. I love to hang out with everyone and have this sense of community. So that's today at 3 p.m. Eastern time on my Twitch channel. Thank you to everybody who has stopped around this morning. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Again, I'll be live at 3 p.m. on my Twitch channel. And we'll see how well I do at golf. I probably am terrible. It's been a while since I played that game. But I'm gonna go hang out on my Discord for right now before lunch and try to welcome new people in, because I see we have a few people who just logged on for the first time, and so I want to give them props for being there and thank them so much for that. If you're not in my Discord, I'll put a link in the chat and you can go check that out. But I hope every one of you has a great day. Be safe. I know that there are a lot of people drinking today, so be safe out there on the roads. Don't get hurt. I'll be staying home today, so I hope you all have a fantastic day. Though, please be well, be careful, and I will see you next time.